Hello, and welcome to PremiumBytes, where we shine a light on the unsung world of insurance technology leaders. I am Sudhar Krishnamachari, one of your co-hosts, and with Samir Ahmed, our other co-host, we're here to have meaningful conversations about the evolving technology landscape inside the insurance industry. Let's acknowledge it. Being an insurance firm CIO or Chief Information Officer is one of the toughest leadership roles in today's world. You've got a risk-averse mindset baked into the very fabric of the industry, a legacy estate that must complement the modern tech, and a talent crisis from both the retiring side and next-gen recruiting side. And then you got the slower pace of innovation. We see it because we're right there in the trenches with you as consultants day in and day out. Our mission is to deep dive, have conversations that carry substance, offer practical insights, and help you validate and navigate the relevant challenges of being an effective CIO in the insurance sector. So thank you for joining us on this adventure. Let's jump right into our next conversation.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of PremiumBytes. I'm here at the Mandalay Bay at ITC Vegas, recording at the Content Studio. Thank you to Nicole Peck, Bill Harris, and the rest of the team at ITC to invite us and provide us the space. And a big shout out to our friends at Caliber Corporate Advisors for managing all the logistics for all these recordings. Our guest today is a transformational leader in the technology and insurance sectors with nearly 2 decades of experience guiding product strategy and innovation at some of the world's most respected enterprise SaaS companies. Her career includes pivotal roles at Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Risk Management Solutions, where she helped shape customer-centric solutions and drive scalable growth. Earlier in her career, she advised global tech organizations as a consultant at Bain & Company, contributing to the firm's telecom, media, and tech practices. Today, she leads product development at one of the largest technology-enabled insurance exchanges in the country, where she's focused on democratizing access to protection through embedded insurance and cutting-edge digital platforms. Her work is helping redefine how people and businesses connect with coverage in an increasingly complex world. Please welcome the head of product at Bolt, Nga Phan.
Hi Nga, welcome to PremiumBytes. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
How's ITC been? Day 1 here, or technically day 2, I suppose?
It's been very energizing.
Yeah.
We made a big announcement this morning, bright and early, about Bolt AI for agencies. And it's been great.
Yeah, exciting stuff. So before we get too far, tell us and our audience a little bit about Bolt.
Yes, absolutely. So Bolt is a technology platform. We connect all of the insurance distributors with the carriers so that we can provide end customers access to insurance coverage wherever and however they would like to buy coverage. So think of it as a digital exchange where we map the risk profile with the insurance offer in the most seamless, transparent, and connected way possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Our audience may remember 3 or so episodes back, we did an episode on embedded insurance. And so Bolt was one of the companies that we mentioned there. So I'm very privileged to have you here. And before we get too far down, how about maybe a little bit about the announcement from this morning that perhaps people weren't here to hear?
Yeah. So we've been thinking a lot about where we wanted to drive the AI innovation. And we wanted to address a key area of need that is not yet solved well today for the agents in terms of quoting insurance.
Yeah.
And so the quoting process is still very much manual today, where the agents are required to rekey information to follow through a very manual process and workflow for quoting. They have to go to individual carrier portal to generate bindable quotes, and they have to do it multiple times.
Yeah.
Let's say that they need to generate 5 quotes for the end customer to choose from. They have to do that 5 times, and each time could be 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how complex that particular quote is. So it can really add up, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of the carriers today do not have API connections to allow that very quick kind of data transfer automatically between the system where they put all of the data and the carrier portals. So that's what we, in a nutshell, are solving for.
Yeah.
So what we have recently announced is an AI quoting assistant for agents, where they would actually help the agent to automatically go to the carrier portal to retrieve the bindable quotes in real time, even when API connections are not available. And then in addition to that, we're also equipped the agencies with the ability to engage with the end customers via conversational AI.
Yeah.
So it could be, triaging incoming calls, it is qualifying leads, an outbound campaign to nurture a particular lead, for example, and also collect quoting data, all through AI agents that are engaging in natural conversation.
Okay.
And so that in conjunction and in combination of with the AI quoting assistant, we cover the conversational side and we cover the workflow side. We create kind of a one seamless experience that really saved the agents a lot of time and also create a better, end customer experience overall. Yeah.
No, that's fascinating, and definitely it's a gripe that we hear from particularly independent agents that they have to deal with as many carriers as they're appointed with, right? That many different agent portals to go through, just providing basic service to their customers. So certainly it's a gap I think that you've come upon, and it's fantastic to have a solution. Now, one thing I'm curious, right? What attracted you to Bolt and this insurance distribution problem to begin with?
Yeah. So my journey to insurance is a little non-linear, if I may say. So I started my introduction to insurance in 2017 when I joined a company called Risk Management Solution. It's very well known in the reinsurance space. It has been acquired by Moody's, but it was a risk quantification platform for cat risks, and that was my first introduction to insurance. And I was just very inspired by the societal impact of insurance as a whole, as an industry. But then I left RMS to learn more about just the tech world and how a high growth tech company operates. So I went to work with ServiceNow for a couple of years. I went to work with Salesforce for a couple of years, including leading their Gen AI for customer service team. And myself and my team actually released the first enterprise grade Gen AI solution in the marketplace. And so that was very exciting.
Yeah.
Yet, when I was approached with an opportunity with Bolt, I couldn't say no because I knew how I felt about insurance.
Yeah.
At the time, I also felt like I've had a lot of great experiences and learning from the big league tech world, and I wanted to bring all of that to insurance and really put that to work. So that's sort of what brought me to Bolt, and specifically, I really liked how Bolt's vision is to connect all of the different parts of the ecosystem, bringing together the embedded partners, the agencies, the brokerages, and also the carriers to together enable a better distribution experience for the end consumers, for small businesses, for large businesses. And the goal is to make sure that people can find the coverage that they need whenever, however they need it. So that's our mission.
Yeah. Very cool. Now, our audience is mostly tech leaders at insurance companies.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to want to know, how do you provide this capability when APIs don't exist?
Yeah. That is a tall order, and definitely it would not be possible without some of the technological advancements that we've seen lately, right? And so I feel like we are at an opportunistic time to leverage that technology to close the gap that we have in the marketplace. The fact that APIs are not available is not because people don't want to create APIs, but it's because we've got a lot of legacy systems that have been there for a long time. A lot of the carriers and also agencies have constraints from an IT budget standpoint, from a talent standpoint, and so how do we accelerate the rate of connections or the rate of connectivity between the different players within the ecosystem? And so that's why we wanted to solve that particular issue. And essentially, we are using AI agents to automate all of the steps that human agents take today. So we're still staying within their own workflows, their rules, the way that they do things. We don't really kind of stray far from that. We stay within those guardrails, but instead of them going and do the work manually, we have the AI agents to go and do the work on their behalf. So think of it as like a digital placement team that will go and fetch the quotes for you, and then the licensed agents would then review the quotes and then continue the binding process as normal. So that's how we do it.
Yeah, fair enough. So at the risk of using some jargon, this sounds like intelligent automation that now is wrapped around with AI agents to perform the work.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good way to think about it. Sometimes the word AI can be a bit scary and can be a bit unknown to folks. But at the end of the day, we are all very familiar with the steps that the human agents have to take.
Yeah.
And so now it's just a way to do exactly the same steps, but with AI. So think of it as like a Superman, instead of Superman, it's super agent who can do that same steps really fast and more accurately.
Yeah. Now, we're at an interesting time sort of in evolution of technology and insurance. If I understand the vision for Bolt, it's to be the marketplace and the platform, not necessarily be selling insurance directly. However, in the absence of specific pieces in the ecosystem, how much is actually Bolt doing right now to actually bring in business for carrier partners versus providing a platform to agents?
So as I mentioned before, we are here to enable the ecosystem. So we actually do work with both the agencies and the carriers. And the role that we take on is to fill in any technology gaps that they have to enable the distribution.
Yeah.
So in the ways that agencies serve the end customers and how they connect to the carriers and have access to markets, we use technology to digitize that connectivity and that journey from end to end for the end customer. For carriers, what we bring to them is digital access to the market, to the end customers via the agencies that use that connectivity through Bolt, right? In a lot of cases, carriers may want to work with individual embedded partners, and they may not have the IT budget and also cycle to develop, let's say, an API, external API, or kind of an agent portal for the agents to access. And we can step in and we can help build that for them. So at the end of the day, however the ecosystem needs the technology help in order to provide that connectivity across all of the parties, we step in.
Okay.
So we don't really, discriminate any sort of arrangements that the different ecosystem partners have with each other. We are here to provide the technology pieces.
Okay. Now, there's sort of a natural opportunity for something like a recommendation or advice right on top of the insurance opportunity that came.
Yeah.
Is this something Bolt is doing or plans to do?
That's absolutely what we are doing, and we are continue to improve on. Because with the platform that we have, we do have a lot of data and insights that follow through. That flow through, and so that's absolutely what we're doing. But I think what is important to remember is the way that we do the recommendations is within the guardrails of our partners. So they have their own secret sauce of how recommendations should be provided. Mm-hmm. They also have their own business priorities of what they wanted to push more and what they don't want to push as much.
Yeah.
And the platform is flexible in that way that we actually can, customize or configure the way that recommendations are made based on the needs and the business priorities of the partners that we work with.
Yeah. So should I understand this as the implementation of carrier guidelines themselves as opposed to algorithmic recommendations? Is that a good way to think about it?
I would say it's both.
Okay.
It's both. So on the one hand, we adhere to the carrier's rules, right? And we can set up their guidelines upfront or in the process of quoting in real time. So we can accommodate that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we actually do have a lot of insights into market coverage, market appetite, even coverage gaps, right? Because we kind of can see across the different partners and different carriers. We could also see there are certain segments of end customers that are underserved, for example, or certain needs or certain lines of business that do not have a lot of liquidity when it comes to market coverage.
Yeah.
And so we do have the option to share all of those insights with our carriers and really help them leverage those insights to create more products that would cover the gaps that we see in the marketplace today. So a lot of this, a good example is like, home coverage in California or Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
So those are some examples that we do work with, and we do share insights, and we work with our carriers, partnerships and ecosystem to close any gaps that we see.
Yeah. No, that's all fantastic. Sounds wonderful. I am curious how you've navigated concerns from regulators around how these decisions are being recommended, if not made.
Yeah. So very good question. The way that we see it is AI, not, at least not yet. AI is not here to replace humans. AI is here to enhance humans, right? And so anything that has to do with AI taking part in a workflow, automating certain tasks, and potentially taking on the production of insights needs to be paired with human oversight. And so everything that we have designed from an AI standpoint always have the licensed human agent in the loop. They're the one who will review the data, will review the quotes, and make the decision of how they would like to bind a policy with the end customer. And so that, what we do is going to be kind of within the rules and the processes and the compliance requirements that each of our partners already have today.
Yeah.
And that's our operating guiding principles today. I think that AI will advance and AI can do a lot, but at the same time, the industry also will have to change from a regulation and compliance requirement standpoint. And so we'll wait to see how that all, pan out. And our primary goal is to stay within the current environment and the current set of compliance requirements.
Okay, very cool. Now, we're here at ITC, right? It's themed as the Wonderland of Possibilities.
Yeah.
This morning, you and your CEO, Rob, asked folks to follow the white rabbit to the Bolt burrow, right? So folks that weren't able to do that,
Yeah.
what is this wonderland of possibilities that you see from a Bolt perspective if you project out, let's say, 3 years or 5 years from now?
Wow. Thank you for asking that question. It is the most exciting part of my job, obviously. That possibility is for every end consumer, every end business to be able to go onto the Bolt platform and exchange and find what they need in terms of coverage across, multiple areas of their lives and also their business needs. And they can do that by actually working with a large number of embedded partners that are all enabled by Bolt, connected to a large variety of carriers that are, not just in North America, but also in the world, right? That would be the realm of possibilities that we're aiming for. And all of that natively enabled by AI.
That's fantastic. Well, we'll perhaps reconvene in a few years and see how much progress we've made along those lines. What's something at ITC this year that has pleasantly surprised you?
So last year was my first ITC, and then this year is my second ITC. And I was amazed by just the rate of change. I could see that there are a lot of more participants from an InsurTech standpoint. There are a lot more new companies, including some of the very innovative startups that are joining. The number of AI solutions and products out there feels like it has doubled and tripled and quadrupled, which is amazing. And just the sophistication of how people are actually coming out to represent their product and their vision as well has really come a long way. And so that makes me feel very happy that the industry in general from a technology standpoint is evolving really fast. And so that is the one key takeaway that I've had at this year's ITC.
Okay, yeah, that's certainly refreshing, I suppose, to see. You have an audience of tech leaders at North American insurance companies, from small mutuals to large tier 1 carriers. If there's one piece of advice you may want to give them, what would that be? And if there's some help that you would ask of them, what would that be?
Yeah, so I would say that if you want to succeed in insurance, you should really align with how the industry works and really listen to your partners and all of the ecosystem participants, understand what their pain points are, how they work today, and try to fit the technology into the way that they work, yet getting them to a better place, right? So I would say that is the advice that I would like to give. And then the ask would be, I do think that there's a lot of work to be done for insurance distribution and beyond. And I really do think that partnerships and collaborations and co-petition with all of the technology vendors and providers coming together to help the industry would be my ask. And that certainly is the guiding principle for Bolt. We love to partner. We want to make sure that 1 + 1 = 10. We don't want to do it alone, and we don't want to do it by ourselves. And so my ask would be to come and collaborate and partner with us.
That's awesome. Well, look, thanks for making time and chatting with us here. Congratulations on all the success, and I'm excited to see what the future brings for you and Bolt. So thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And that's a wrap for today's conversation on PremiumBytes, where we shine a light on the unsung world of insurance technology leaders. Thank you for joining us on this adventure and being part of our community. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and follow us. Until next time, take care.